Most haunted places in the world. Hello viewers, welcome back to today's video. According to the title, we'll be taking you through some of the most haunted places in the world. So all you need to do is stay tuned and enjoy. Now, believe it or not, the world is filled with some amazing stories passed down through time. From the grisly tales of suffering and death to the hewn early 12th century, which sits on top of the Castle Rock. It is also said to be one of the most haunted places in Scotland. In 2001, Edinburgh Castle became the site of one of the largest investigations in history. A team of 9 researchers and over 200 members of the public explored the castle's forgotten secret passages and chambers for signs of ghostly happenings. The castle activities weren't enough, and Edinburgh also boasted about the Mary King's Close, an underground area of the city in which victims of the Black Plague were quarantined and left to die. But that's not all. There are still many other stories of many haunted places in the world, and what you will hear next might surprise you. The Amityville House. The 30 miles and 4,000 square foot house located on 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, outside New York City, was built in 1927. The house is a 3-story waterfront home that boasts of 3.5 bathrooms, a basement, and 5 bedrooms, which is in a site of a long upscale island suburb. The house was seen as a murder site, where a 23-year-old boy named Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot and killed his parents and his 4 younger siblings while they were sleeping on November 14th. 1974. The house was sold to the Lutz family after 13 months at the sum of $80,000 because of the murders, and their stay lasted for 28 days before leaving. The house was later owned by 4 different families since the murders. The Amityville House was officially sold in February 2017 to an anonymous owner for $605,000, and the address changed from 112 Ocean Avenue to 108 Ocean Avenue. Eastern State Penitentiary. Eastern State Penitentiary is also known as ESP, and former American prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which housed notorious criminals like bank robber Willie Sutton and mobster Al Capone. The Eastern State Penitentiary is located at 2027 Fairmount Avenue between Corinthian Avenue and North 22nd Street in the Fairmount section of the city, which was in operation from 1829 till 1971. The Eastern State Penitentiary was built with castle-like walls, winding hallways, and imposing guard towers, and it's also the creepiest place in all of Philly. The Eastern State was formerly a prison, and it is one of a kind, with a substantial budget and large size. It is a model for more than 300 prisons worldwide. The prison is currently a National Historic Landmark in the U.S., which is open to the public as a museum for tours from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 7 days a week and 12 months a year. The Whaley House. Whaley House was constructed as a Greek Revival-style residence in 1857 by Thomas Whaley on a partial cemetery. This house was considered to be a place where restless spirits are accumulated, and has also witnessed more history than any other building in the city. The Whaley House is a museum and California historical landmark located in Old Town in San Diego, California, and it is maintained by Save Our Heritage organization. The Whaley House in San Diego's Old Town was officially labeled as the most haunted place in the United States by the U.S. Commerce Department in the 1960s. The Travel Channel has also dubbed it as America's most supernatural home. The earliest documented ghosts on the property are Yankee Jim or James Robinson wagon in 1852. The house built by James Whaley in the mid-19th century served as the second county courthouse, a general store, a granary, and the first commercial theater in San Diego in 1857. Myrtles Plantation. Myrtles Plantation is a historic home and former antebellum plantation in a small town of St. Francisville, Louisiana, in the 98-mile northwest of New Orleans in the United States. The place was built in 1796 by General David Bradford, which has a 125-foot veranda. The place was built over an Indian burial ground where the ghost of a young Native American woman was reported to be buried. After Bradford's death, the house was passed to his daughter and her husband and was later bought by the Myers family in the 1970s. The Myrtles Plantation now opened as a bed and breakfast with 12 accommodations, and a ghost tour is given, which could be a popular evening tour, a daily tour, and a spookier tour. Even though it is now used as a bed and breakfast offering, Myrtles Plantation was one of the most haunted places in America, and it's still open under the same name. Be it haunted or not, this place serves to be the center of any vacation tour of the South. The Tower of London. The Tower of London is located on the north bank of the River Thames. It was constructed in the 11th century by William the Conqueror in 1078, and the tower has been seen as the fair share of murder and torture. It has served various purposes over the centuries, such as torture and execution rooms, armory, prison, a royal residence, public record office, and treasury, and currently seen as the most haunted place in London. The ghosts going through the fortress are the spirits of Henry VIII's wife, who was beheaded in 1536, Anne Boleyn, Lady Jane Grey, who was spotted by a guardsman on February 12, 1957, on the 403rd anniversary of her death, and Sir Walter Raleigh. The first ghost allegedly spotted in the building was Thomas Becket's in the 13th century. The Winchester Mystery House. The Winchester Mystery House is a mansion located at 525 South Winchester Boulevard in San Jose in California, which was once Sarah Winchester's residence. After it was constructed in 1882, the mansion and property were claimed by many so as to be haunted by the ghost of those who were killed with Winchester rifles. The mansion is renowned for its architectural work, its lack of master building plan, and its size. The workmen labor on the property every day for 38 years. The 160-room mansion was entirely built without using blueprints. Some features of the house are doors that open onto 10-foot drops or brick walls, windows with an etched glass spiderweb, and staircases to nowhere. It is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and known for its historical landmark. The Winchester Mystery presently serves as a tourist center and is privately owned. The Queen Mary. The Queen Mary is a retired British ocean liner that sailed primarily on the North Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967 for the Cunard Line and was built by John Brown and Company in Clydebank in Scotland. Queen Mary is a former luxury ocean liner and warship with a nickname, the Grey Ghost. The Queen Mary officially retired from service in 1967 and left Southampton finally on the 31st of October 1967 and was parked by the city of Long Beach, California in the United States in 1967. The ship, which transformed into a restaurant, a hotel, museum, also became a popular tourist center for people with a guided walk around the ship's hotspots, which cost about $109 and a meal. The Queen Mary ship is listed on the National Trust for Historic Preservation and on the National Register of Historic Places, which has accepted Queen Mary as part of the Historic Hotel of America. Parts of it have seen reported ghosts hanging around there, such as a lady in white, children who drowned in the ship pool, and a sailor who died in the ship's engine room. Believe me when I say it's not hard to get your heart in your mouth by visiting some of these places listed, as they are places with a tangible sense of something that defies them from others. You should add some of them to your bucket list and try visiting them in this vacation. And there we've come to the end of the Haunted Mystery. To get more updates about our videos, please do subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on any other haunted places you've heard of or have been to.